Naoki Yoshida has gained a significant following due to his success in not only bringing Final Fantasy XIV back from the brink of financial ruin, but also making it one of the most highly regarded MMORPGs of the current generation. However, with Final Fantasy XIV now a rather steady ship, especially following the successful launch of Stormblood earlier this year, some fans are therefore rather curious to see what he would be interested in doing next. Unfortunately though, he went on record to Polygon around the launch of Stormblood saying that he doesn't have the urge to move on to a new game at all. He did say though that if Square Enix requested him to create a new and different game, he would consider what was being asked of him. This is actually something that kind of struck a chord with me, so when I had the opportunity to interview Yoshida in person, I looked to get some clarification and further development around this specific statement. I also told him that a decent number of people had voted for him as the director they would most like to see take the helm of Final Fantasy XVI should Square Enix decide to make it. Now, in response to this information, Yoshida said, "Truthfully, I don't really have some big vision or something that I want to realise in a game. Of course, I have some ideas already for my next project, and if I can make it in the future, then that would be great, but it's not like I really need to do it." He then jokingly told me that it's not like he'd quit Square Enix if they didn't let him make a game based around these ideas, and as to whether he'd be interested in directing another Final Fantasy game, well, he said based around the feelings he just expressed that perhaps it would suggest his appetite wasn't that big. However, he did reaffirm his stance from the interview with Polygon. He said that if the company did ask him to move on to another project, then of course he would be happy to do so, and he would give 100% to that project. He noted though that this could equally also be a Dragon Quest game, as he of course directed games in the Dragon Quest Monster Battle Road series, but also worked on Dragon Quest X and Dragon Quest Builders. The difference in his response here though, is that when he responded to my question, Yoshida also acknowledged the fans. In addition to stating that he would move on to another project if the company asked, he also said that he would do the same if demand from the fans was also strong enough. And he also said, "The fact that there were people who voted for Yoshida in your survey makes me very, very happy." Rounding out the question, Yoshida told me that it's an idyllic situation that you're describing, but if the next Final Fantasy is going to be created, then because I'm a fan of high fantasy, I hope the concept is more towards high fantasy. So there you have it guys, Yoshida doesn't necessarily have a burning desire to create an offline numbered Final Fantasy game at the moment, but would give 100% to it if that's what the company and the fans felt they wanted. And he also said that if another Final Fantasy game is to be created, he would want it to be a similar style to the one that was presented with Heavensward, which as he revealed to the Sixth Axis a few months ago, was geared towards his interpretation of high fantasy. So my question to you guys is, would you seriously want Naoki Yoshida to direct a numbered Final Fantasy title in the future? Or do you think he's better off sticking with Final Fantasy XIV until it runs its course? Just as a reminder here though, if you weren't aware, Final Fantasy XI has actually had 6 directors in its life cycle, as people have moved on to new projects or looked for new experiences. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, because we'll be publishing a video detailing the rest of my conversation with Yoshi P, hopefully over the weekend. And if you subscribe and hit that little bell notification button, you'll get notified when it's published. If you'd also like to support us further because you really like what we do, please consider backing us on Patreon. You can find out more information at patreon.com/FFUnion. These guys you're seeing now have already chosen to support us, and it's rather humbling that this number keeps on continuing to grow. Alright guys, this is Daryl signing out. I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy videos.